Welcome to your Daily Focus, September the 6th, 2019. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for just being here, for showing up, for supporting me, for sending me your light and your love. Thank you. So we have the sun in Virgo, we have the moon in Sagittarius. For the numerology, we have September is a 9, the 6th. 2019 is a 3, so 9 plus 6 plus 3 is an 18, which would be the moon card. 8 plus 1 is 9. So endings could be part of it today. Emotional endings with the 18. But we're ready for new experiences. With the moon in Sagittarius, we're ready for that new experience. So whatever it is where it's emotional still to walk away from it, you know that you're doing it for your greater good. You know that it's going to empower you. You know that it will give you a better perception, perhaps, or a better self-image of yourself, or in other words, grow a healthy ego in some way, in some light. Our first card, look at this, the Strength card shows up. Walking with integrity, walking with your head held high. People know they can rely on you, so you are being responsible to your responsibilities, to your obligations, to what you need to do on a daily basis. They know they can trust you. They know that no harm will come from you. The lion is not afraid that we are going to hurt it, and nor are we afraid that the lion is going to hurt us. There's a little bit about unconditional love here, and true trust, belief in the other person, supporting the other person. Because if that kind of relationship is happening here, then we know that each would give their life for the other. And I'm not saying that every relationship in the world needs to be that, but to some point, to some degree, we have to have the honesty, we have to have the integrity. So we have to walk. We can't be taking the shortcut. We can't be taking, the quick way. We can't say a couple of words and it's okay. We can't send a text where we should have phoned them, or at least gone and sat down with them and looked them in the eye while having a conversation. Regardless of what it's about. This could be romantic relationships, platonic relationships. This could be just environments. The Hierophant is next. I tell you, this strong energy is just not letting go, right? Ever since the full moon on August the 30th, it has just been hit with this strong energy to push us into growth. So September that was a new moon. We're headed towards the full moon. We're headed towards the things that are standing in our way. And seeing them. So what is it that's been standing in your way? Do you need to step up your game in your relationship with other people? Do you need to give more of yourself? Do you need to expect them to give more of themselves? Do you need to be able to rely on them? Do they need to be able to rely on you? Do they stretch the truth a little bit? Do you? Do they roll up their sleeves and help you out? Do you roll up yours? So where can we grow that? We have the Hierophant here. We're going to see of new learning experiences, new ways of understanding that, understanding the emotion actually that holds us back from doing the things that we must. There's this balance here that we own. And I think I was saying yesterday how much we have been working on our balance. And so now it's time to take stock and say, you know what? I am stronger than I was yesterday. I do meet my obligations more. I do meditate more. I do get myself out and ground myself in nature more. I do pay it forward. I do give up gratitude. I do step into new opportunities without a blindfold on. Look who shows up. The 9 energy, the Hermit. It's a beautiful, strong energy day for us because the sun is in Virgo and the moon is in Sagittarius. So that kind of energy raises us up, makes us feel like we can do what we want to do going forward. We see the way, we get the clarity, we get the understanding. And so the Hermit is here saying, okay, so what's the plan? So this is really asking us to go within. And I don't think it's an inactive day. And yet, we have the Strength, the Hierophant, and the Hermit all on the board for our Friday. You know the energy is potent. You know that this is a day when we really need to take stock of where we're at. Dylan went for a walk. Didn't you, Dylan? Did you go for a walk? Yeah? More like a run, probably. Because he came galloping in. This is one of those days where you understand how you can go forward. The things you need to change, the things you need to step into, the things you need to be, and the things that you need to expect others to do and not let them off the hook so easily. I think that's part of it with the Strength card there. I'm kind of getting it's got to be a real two-way street that we're working with. It can't be just one or the other. The Hermit comes in at the end to say it's time to make a decision on how we're going to go forward, where we are going to step. What have we learned? Where are we now? What do we have to work with? What's our true balance? What's hindering us from going forward? The Hierophant, tap into your sage wisdom. And if you need to grow in some way, I could see mentors and teachers showing up in our lives, or perhaps we become that to somebody else. Depending on where you are in your path. Take some time out in meditation today. 5 minutes. Time for reflection, contemplation. Take a 5-minute stroll through a park and just have a conversation seemingly with yourself. Clarity and understanding will definitely come into play today if we ask the questions. And going back to the 9 energy, there may be some completions in our life because we're ready to let it go. We're ready to move on. We're ready to start anew. I kid you not. Inner truths again. You saw me shuffle. You saw me cut. Inner truths again. So it's about your own inner truth of who you want to be, where you want to go. It's about your truth and nobody else's truth. Nobody else's perception or understanding of the path that you are walking, but you and you alone. You get to make the decisions about how to go forward in your own truth. And I think that we will uncover and get some kind of clarity and understanding on what has been preventing us and ready to move through that, past that. Dylan, no. Dylan, Paul, you have to come and take this away from Dylan. He was in the recycle bin. Dylan. We'll have to move the recycle bin. It's a game. It's a game. Dylan. Okay, so we'll get an animal card. Oh, there you go. There's your entertainment. I don't add it, so it is what it is. Tangled wishes. Tangled wishes. The Ladybug. Ask for assistance. When assistance shows up, allow it in your life. Healing, angels, path, and manifest. Crying is all right in its own way while it lasts. But you have to stop sooner or later, and then you still have to decide what to do. The ladybug originated in Europe during the Middle Ages when the insects were destroying the crops. Legend says the Catholic farmers prayed to the Virgin Mary for help, and it wasn't long before ladybugs appeared and ate the pests that were destroying the crops. The farmers referred to the bug as the beetles of Our Lady, with the red wings representing the Virgin Mary's cloak, and the black spots her joys and sorrows. So the message with the ladybug is to let go, ask for help, and then accept that help. We receive messages frequently, but are often too stressed out, too contained within our own grief, are just too stubborn to see the messages between the worlds. Maybe you've experienced a death, a divorce, a breakup. Maybe you feel as if you've lost your sense of purpose or your direction. It's so easy to get caught up in the negative. The smog only gets deeper and deeper the longer you allow yourself to sit within it. How do you get out of the smog? You sit and just be. So many times when we are experiencing a loss of some sort in our life, we're afraid of going within our own mind and actually grieving. So once again, I got that with tapping into that emotion, understanding that emotion. So if it's grief that you need to feel so that you may move through it, move past it, by all means, celebrate that grief that you're allowing it out. It's not healthy to hold it in. Release that grief. It doesn't mean you're weak. It makes you human. It's part of the healing process. And it's all right for you to seek assistance to those who can help. Maybe it's a confidant, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a professional. But reach out. Somebody will listen. Somebody cares. I know I do. Know that angels, spirit guides, animal guides, and those here on this earthly plane are ready and willing to assist. You just have to make the first move. Just like Christmas lights, our life's wishes can be tangled up in a mess. Step by step, with patience and perseverance, you can untangle your wishes into something actual and real. Life is good. Have faith that you can move forward. Your path may be a tangled mess now. I just immediately thought of that puzzle that I was saying about yesterday. So it may be a tangled up, step by step, patience and okay. Our life's wishes can be a tangled up mess. Step by step, with patience and perseverance, you can untangle your wishes into something actual and real. He got it back, or he's got something else. He's trying to get my son going now. He did that on purpose. Life is good. Have faith you can move. I already said that. Dylan, you keep interrupting me. Sitting there and sulking in any kind of sadness won't help you to get to where you want. So embrace that grief. Let it out. But know that it will allow you to move through that grief, if that's what you're dealing with, so that you can raise to a positive energy, to a positive light, to be that positive light for yourself in your life. It's time to manifest your goals and be clear on your wishes. I think I'll go tend to Dylan. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.